Hello and good day to you. Today's video on our Icord treasures, we'll be knitting an Icord belt for this knitted gather gown. I've knitted this gather gown on the knitting machine. There's a video on Anino TV YouTube where I did a demonstration on how to knit a gather gown and put a shoulder buttonhole shoulder opening. We did it with designed it in Design and Knit. That's DAK, popularly known as DAK. We use version 8 of the software. Version 9 is out now, so we use version 8 of the software. But when we knitted it, we did stripes, but this I just did it plain. And this I've already put the size in. Is for this one, the size is for a 12 months to 18 months old child. That's one year 6 months old. So for today's video, we want to knit an Icord belt to go with the gown. We're going to make a small slot here. I don't need to I will show that in another video. We're going to make a small loop here for belt. We're going to make a loop here, and then when we finish knitting the Icord, we'll slide it through and we'll attach it to this flower. We don't need to stitch it, we just need to insert it through the flower. We just insert the Icord through the flower. So to knit the Icord, before then, let me just do this. Let me see how I got it. So I've taken a ribbon. I want the size of the length of the ribbon. It's going to be the length of the Icord. So with that, I've taken my tape measure. I've measured out a ribbon. It's in inches. You can do it in centimeters. So I'm just going to it's about 40.5 inches. So the ribbon, I've tied it around the gown, made a little bow at the back, I've made a little bow, and that decides the length of the ribbon. Let me add a little tape to it. Okay. So I've made it, and I like the way the ribbon is on the gown. So this is how I'm going to make it. That was how I decided the length of the ribbon, and I snipped the tail here, and I have another tail here, the beginning tail of the ribbon, and I snipped it. So this is how I decided the length of the Icord. So I've measured it, and it's I've forgotten now again. So let me measure again. I think it was 40 something. See, 41 inches, 41.5, something like that. So okay, yes. Oh, it's 41. No, let me stretch it. Okay. Oh, it's 40.5. Okay, yes, 40.5. So I measured. So now we are going to cast on. I'll put the gown aside. We are going to cast on, and we'll measure as we go. We're not using a charting software. And to knit the Icord, now we've decided the length of our Icord. To knit the Icord, we need our tape measure, because as we knit, we'll be measuring. This is because we're not using a charting software that will tell us the number of rows. We need a ribbon. We need transfer tool and we need a transfer tool, one needle transfer tool. I have the frayed ones, but I'll be using this. I think this one is alright. I'll use the small one. You need your claw weight, and you need, it's either you can use a tapestry needle or a 0.5 or something crochet hook. Just a thin, crochet hook. It's very thin head. And of course, you need your needle bed and your knitting machine and the carriage with a working row counter. So before we start, I'm just going to take a look. I want you to take a look at my mast that I've already, you can see my mast. I've already cast. My mast is already strong. I've already strong. So I'm going to take my carriage out of the needle bed, and we're going to focus on the carriage now. On the left hand side of the carriage, the side lever should be on the triangle. Then this cam lever here, which decide the stitches you want to knit, should be on S.J, that slip stitch or jacquard is for that. So it should be on that. And on the right hand side, it should be on the circle. Even if you set your carriage, your cam lever, your side lever on the left and on the right properly, and you don't set this cam lever to this slip stitch or jacquard, it won't knit the icord properly. So you need to remember that. The stitch die is going to be, I'm going to use 7 because I want it to be very thin. And also we want a working row counter trigger to help us in counting our stitches. And of course we need a working row counter, and set your row counter to 000. You want to know how many rows you've knitted. In case you're making production knitting, when you've done one, you now know how many rows you need to knit for the others. So set our row counter to 000. Carriage set as carriage program. I'm going to use about 5 stitches. 5, yes, I'll use 5 for this. And we'll go close. Push the 5 needles from the non-working position to upper working position. We need to cast on in an E-wrap fashion, as if you're writing the lowercase letter E. Take your yarn. We'll cast on before we put it in the yarn feeder. So make a loop, a little knot, don't tie it, just a little loop, as if you want to make a knot. Then slip it onto the first needle. And then put the yarn in between this first and the second needle. Wind the yarn. You can use your hands at the bottom to assist the yarn. And when you put, first of all, when you put the loop, that first loop we made, that I wanted to use as a knot, when you put it on the first needle, don't make it too tight because your carriage needs to knit through. Okay. So put this yarn in between the second and the first needle, then take it under and put it between take the yarn and put the upper part of the yarn between this third and the second needle. Then wrap it around the second needle. Let go of the yarn at the bottom, which we were holding, but you still need to hold the one at the top. That's the yarn feeding. The same, take the yarn, put it between the third and the fourth needle, and then wrap it around the third needle by passing it through passing it between the second and the third needle, and wrap it. The fourth you cast same between the fourth and the fifth, wrap it around the fourth needle by passing the yarn between the fourth and the third needle, and we've casted on in an E-wrap motion. We'll hang our claw weight now. If you want to, you can hang, but I'm not going to hang mine. I'm just going to take a look at my carriage. After you finish casting on, place your yarn into the yarn feeder of the carriage. You can use either one, and make sure you shut the door. Then we'll knit. Make sure the trigger on your carriage is active. Make sure it's activated. Then we'll start knitting. So knit one row first, and make sure this last stitch knits properly. So didn't knit properly, I'm going to knit it manually. That's why some people do hang their claw weight to help them gain that last so that the last stitch knits properly. So I'm going to hang my claw weight now. And I'll knit. As the carriage is coming back, it's going to slip. That means on every alternate even number row, or alternate even number row, it's going to slip, and on the odd number row is going to knit. This slipping is going to create a loop. It's not an error. That's what makes your icord to fold and form that tube. Oh, I think my carriage. Okay. This is why I don't like hanging the claw weight. Sometimes because the stitch is too small, it's you can see the loop forming, and when it's going back, it forms the loop. And I'll just move quickly. You can see the icord has started forming. Just adjusting the camera for you to see that you can see the work. And let's take a look. We've just knitted 24 stitches. Oh, sorry, 24 rows. We've knitted 24 rows now, and see how it has formed. So we keep let me knit a few more rows then. So we have, I'm just going to let you see that, and we have to measure. This is how we'll continue measuring until we get to the exact length we want it to be. So you just place the tape measure. You place the tape measure and you measure and see if you have gotten to, we are just on 5.5 inches. So we'll continue like that. After knitting a few rows, we'll continue measuring until we get to 40.5. So when we get to 40.5, I'm going to put on the camera. I'm going to put the camera off now, and when I get to 40 or 40.5, I'm going to put on the camera and we'll do the cast off. So we've knitted about 528 rows. This is our Icord, and we are going to measure. Don't forget that when you're knitting, you can move your claw weight up. Sorry, I forgot to say that. You can move up your claw weight to going to be careful so that I don't drop my stitches. I can bring them out to help me. I don't want to drop them. Just okay. We are on okay. It's 40.5 already. You can see it on the mark. So it's time for us to cast off with that transfer tool. With our transfer tool, we're going to transfer we're going to transfer the stitches onto one needle. So we'll move them first from the fourth. Is that the fourth or fifth? Okay, fifth. When you move the stitch on the fifth needle, you move it to the fourth needle. Because I pushed them to upper working position, that's why it's been a bit difficult. So you move them to the fourth needle. Then move the stitches in the fourth needle. You don't need, you just move to the third. Dropped it. Have to be careful. So to the third needle. Okay, I made a mistake. I've opened all the latches. Okay, so I'll just leave that open. Pick the fourth and fifth stitches and put it on the third needle. Just opening the latches. That's the hook of I want it to be in the hook. So you move the stitches from the third needle. You know, just transfer those stitches to the third needle now. You move them to the second needle. Move the stitches from the second needle. Move them to the first needle. Going to be careful here. When I pushed the stitches push the needle forward, the latch closed, and that's why. So move them to the first needle. All stitches now on the first needle. Move them to the back of the needle. Then go into the hook of the needle. Wrap your yarn around the hook of the needle from the from the yarn feeder. Take the yarn from there and wrap it around the hook of the needle and knit through all stitches. Wrap it a second time around it and knit. You can wrap it a third time if you want to and knit. This is to secure the remaining stitches. Alternatively, you can cast off as we normally do, cast off all our stitches. And then you can break off your yarn. Leave this loop and then break the yarn, leaving it not too long of a tail of about 3 to 4 centimeters in length is all right. Then the loop that's created by the first needle, that by the needle you took it from, put the tail of the yarn through the loop and pull it through. Then trying to look for my, with your crochet hook, put it into the loop of the I-cord middle. You can see that it's not coming out at the back. You don't need it to come out at the back. You just want it to be in the middle of the I-cord. If you want to thread elastic in through it, that's how you do it. It should be in the middle. Pull the yarn, wrap it around the hook of the crochet, wrap it around the crochet hook, and pull it in. Now you have a nice and pointy edge, no tail of yarn. If you want to, you can trim, or you can just pull it further and trim the excess. So I'm just going to pull it further. We'll do same for the other end of the I-cord. Just the upper loop, wrap pass the crochet hook through the upper loops where you casted on the E-wrap cast on. Take the tail of the yarn, wrap it around the hook of the crochet hook, and pull it until it gets to a point, until you have a nice pointy edge. Then put the crochet hook in the I-cord, and as we did for the other side of the I-cord, then you pull it through. Now we've done that and we're finished. So what I'm going to do now is to bring the gown. We'll go to the work surface and then we'll tie it. So here's our beautifully made gown, the I-cord and the crocheted Irish rose flower. I've already made the loop for that's a belt hole loop. I'm just going to insert the I-cord through. Don't know if I can go closer. So here is the belt hole loop, and there's another one on this side here. I use the crochet hook to do it. Just make chain and secure it into you secure the work, you bring your loop in, and you make your chain and you secure it. So I'm going to take the I-cord around the back of the gown, the gathered gown. As I said earlier, if you want to knit this gathered gown, there's a demonstration on our channel, Anino TV. There's a demonstration on how to knit one for a 0 to 3 months old. I think that's it. We use the designer knit software, as I said earlier. you can knit it. Or you can take any jumper and double the stitches. That's the base stitch that you to cast on. Omit the welt, double the stitches, and then you can knit. Then make the length, decide the length you want to knit on that, and then you have a gather gown. When you want to knit the top, you now come back to the actual stitches that is required. You now put 2 stitches into 1 needle, and you'll be able to continue the top of your pattern. So you can take any jumper pattern and convert it into a gather gown by just doubling the stitches to make the skirt part of it. So here I've okay, no, I think I want this one to be at the back. So I'm going to put this, just trying to insert the flower. And although trying to put it on one side. Okay. And I'll just tie it and do a knotted bow at the back, just to give the flower some lifting. Oh, I did it upside down. Okay, I wanted to loop down this way, you know, because of the way I'm standing against the camera, so that's why. Okay, let me do it rightly. Oh, I still the same way. Okay, let me be serious. If I do it like that, so I'll do it towards me. Okay, I think I've gotten it now. Yeah, I've gotten it. Although I made it quite small, we made it quite small, but it's still nice. It fits properly. You can make it as long as you want. So here we have it, our Icord, and let's go back so that I'll see how it fits nicely on this way. So you can make a gather gown and make a belt with an Icord if you want to. Secure it with crochet Irish rose, and you have a nice knitwear, a present for a little girl. Thanks for joining me for this video. This second project of using an Icord as a belt for this gather gown with an crocheted Irish rose embellishment. Until then, happy crafting. You can visit the blog anino.ogunjobi.com to keep up with what is happening in the crafting industry. And I'll put the video link so that you can see how we did the gown using it for 0 to 3 months, so that you can use it for any other size. You just need the idea, and you have to go with it. You can run with the idea. So you can visit the blog to keep up with what's happening in the crafting industry. Until then, happy crafting, happy knitting, have fun, remain blessed. Bye for now. Thank you.